beautiful knitters, I'm Selena Miskin of Wayfaring Yarns Designs, and I'm a sweater sister. Today I'm going to help you elevate your knits by demonstrating the German short row technique. I love the German short row. I love the way it looks, it's very professional, and it's easier than the wrap and turn, I think. So we're going to start off. I have worked 11 stitches right there, and we're going to start right off with the short row technique with the first step, which is turn your work. Once you knit to the spot that it tells you to in the pattern, then you turn your work. So I've got my work turned here, and this is my reverse side, my reverse stockinette. What I'm going to do, you see that my yarn is in front, of course, because I'm on the purl side. I'm simply going to slip the stitch from the left needle to the right. Now, to perform the German short row, here is the trick. It's very easy. You take your working yarn and you pull it up over your needle, over the top of your needle, so that you can see the two legs of the stitch that you just slipped, so that they're visible on the needle. You see that very clearly. Now, since I am going to purl, I'm going to bring my yarn around and between my needles so that I'm ready to purl. I'm going to purl 4 stitches here. Right there. And now I'm ready to do another short row, perform the next part of the short row. So step 1, turn your work. So now I am turned to my knit side, my stockinette side, and what I want to do is bring my yarn to the front. So you want to do that before you slip your stitch. So I'm slipping my stitch from the left needle to the right, and then like I did on the other side, on the purl side, I'm going to take my working yarn and I'm going to pull that stitch up. I'm going to give it a good tug, because I really want to see the two legs of that stitch right there on my needle. Now, since I am going to be knitting back this way, I'm not going to bring my yarn in front again. I'm just going to bring it over the top of my needle and go ahead and knit. And I am going to knit all the way over to that stitch that we pulled on the other side, and here it is. Right there, very clear to see that pulled stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit both legs of that stitch together. We don't want to knit that twice. We don't want to knit 2 stitches. It is 1 stitch. Just want to knit those legs together. So I'm going to knit 1 more, and then I'm going to turn. We're going to look at the purl side again, the reverse stockinette side right here. So I'm going to perform my German short row. I'm going to slip that stitch and pull my working yarn up. So you can see those 2 legs. I'm going to bring my yarn to the front, in between my needles. I'm going to purl right here. I'm going to purl all the way to my pulled stitch, and then I'm going to pull both legs of that pulled stitch together. It's not a purl 2 together, it's just 1 stitch. Then I'm going to purl 1 more and turn. So we'll do this twice more so you can see. Bringing my yarn to the front. Always your yarn should be in front before you slip your stitch. Okay, right there. Then I'm going to pull it up. So I want to see the 2 legs of that stitch, and you can see those right there. Right there. I'm going to leave my yarn, just bringing it right up over the top of the needle and around to knit. And I'm going to knit here, all the way to my pulled stitch, which is right here. Very easy to see. Then I'm going to knit both of those legs of that pulled stitch together, and I'm going to knit 1 more, and that's oriented wrong. Just switching that around there, right there. Okay, we're going to do 1 more. I'm going to turn it over to reverse stockinette. Our yarn is already in front. We're going to slip it over, pull, so we see the 2 legs, bring it between, and purl. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to purl all the way to the end of the work, And then I'm just going to slip everything off the stitch, off of the needles. Oh, here's my pulled stitch, so I'm going to purl those together. I'm just going to keep purling all the way to the end. And then we will turn it over for the big reveal. All right, so here we have, you can see that little bump, that's our stitches that we did our short row. I'm just going to pull the needle out and flatten it so you can see how it looks right there. Okay, look how beautiful that is. There's not even it looks like there's no interruption at all in the stockinette stitches there. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I think it looks very professional. I love it, and it's easy as pie. I hope you all have fun with this stitch, and keep knitting, my friends.